5 GOP candidates are vying for the House District 24 seat, which covers much of Marion County. Jose Juarez is one of them. Jose, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate that.
So let's dive right in. You are an Ocala business owner. You run a marketing firm, and you have a grilling sauce.
Yes.
So how does all of this incorporate into the political realm for you?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it incorporates into it, but, you know, I've been a resident of Ocala for 40 years, and I've owned my one business, Victory Solutions, for 20 years, and it is a marketing company in the motorcycle industry. We service dealers all over the United States. And then about 4 years ago, something like that, I won that national show on Live with Kelly. It was Kelly and Michael Strahan at the time, and it was Looking for America's Grill Star. That I ended up winning the thing, and it was $10,000 prize. I ended up back on the show, I think 5 times afterwards, which was a blast. And so what we did is my wife and I, Kelly, started another business then called Barbecuban. So that started our whole sauce company with, with that adventure.
So you're clearly traveling. You're in Ocala and representing them. So what is something that you find is an issue in District 24 that you kind of want to tackle if you get this seat?
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of things, but I'll tell you one of the areas that's really dear to my heart right now that I'm seeing is we're having a real issue with our first responders. I don't know if you're aware of this, but we've had 5 suicides with the fire department there. I think they're overstressed. They're having to run those engines, more than they don't have enough people. So I would really like to work on a couple things, help them. I don't think we do enough with mental illness. That's another issue that we're there. My downtown office, I interact with a lot of homeless people. Yeah. And there's really not a place there. They get arrested, they end up going back out on the streets, and I don't think we have enough facilities. I'd like to be able to, and that also goes along with trying to help the fire department to get them help, get those guys help before they get to that point.
So are any of those things, or maybe something else, when you're talking to constituents, is there a concern that they have that you want to address?
Yeah, you know what? So one of the things that we're doing, which is interesting, I've incorporated, what I've learned from our company, Victory Solutions, which we have a phone center, and we work with hundreds of dealers all over the United States. So I've taken that same concept, and we are calling about 240 people a day. Wow. We're reaching 30% of those folks. I'm having interactions with anywhere from 5 to 12 people a day and asking them what are their concerns. Because I really look at this job as I'm looking at it as a business. I'm a representative for the people, and I want to know what their concerns. School teachers, there's a big concern out there where they're coming to me and saying, one of their issues they're having is cell phones. They said that cell phones are becoming so destructive in the school system, where kids are videotaping each other, whether there's fights, whether there's whatever issues in the classroom. I think my opinion is those cell phones should be checked in before that student goes into the class, and that's one of the things that the teachers are asking. That's just one of them.
All right, well, now there was a forum in Ocala that you did not attend, and your campaign manager ended up saying that you were in Tampa instead, collecting soft money.
Yeah,
so the question is then, why would you go to Tampa to collect money for political action committees instead of going to the forum in Ocala to talk to your constituents?
Well, that forum I did not attend. I didn't go to Tampa either, so actually he was trying to get into Gasparillo to see if we could collect funds there, and which we weren't successful at doing that. But so we are collecting money in Ocala. I'm probably, I don't know, I think our first reporting had us around $40,000, $44,000.
I think the number currently we have is around 31,000. So in that, but in that ballpark, you're very busy.
Yeah. So anyways, so it was one of those things, like not only trying to get money from Ocala. This is my first, I never thought about running for office ever. I'm a business guy, I'm a family guy, I've lived there, forever. And as I'm learning this, it's like, all right, we're raising money in Ocala. Where else can we raise money? Is there any other? I've met a lot of other representatives, and as I'm meeting them and other Cuban business owners. So I've reached out all over the place. I went out. One of the first things I did is I started meeting with other state reps. When I found out who they were. board, kind of to find out what about the job, what their thoughts are about the job. And at the same time, I went up to Tallahassee and I got the Automobile Dealers Association, because I was in the car business forever, donations from them. So my donations are a combination of everyday folks, that we went out there. One of the hardest things I'll tell you is when you start doing this is asking people for money, because I've never had to do that in my life, but then you realize, okay, it's for the campaign, it's for the mailers and everything else that's out there. So in that particular forum, I think only one person showed up in that forum. We've made every other forum that's been out there. Believe me, it's nonstop. I mean, yesterday we did one in the morning and then one in the evening. Tomorrow I've got a morning one and a 2:30 one. You
have them memorized.
So, oh yeah, I know them. Yeah, I know them.
So in that case, since we were talking about financing and funding, we were looking at the numbers, and you actually have the second lowest for monetary. So does that worry you at all going against the other candidates?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't worry me because what it really comes down to is, so you need the money to be able to send out your message with the flyers, to be able to send out your videos and those kind of things, right? To get the signs. You start looking at these mailers and the signs, like we don't have any big signs. Everybody else has big signs. We have small signs. But I really feel that what we're doing with actually talking with the people, that's what it's going to come down to. Yes, you do need the funds. I know some of these other guys have over $100,000 out there where we don't. But as long as I'm talking to anywhere from 5 to 12 folks a day, just people out there. I'm having breakfast with them. I'm having lunch with them. I mean, it's been a nonstop of just reaching the folks. That's what's going to make the difference is the votes. And the way we're doing it, I know we're going to win. I'll tell you that. I really know we're going to win. I just feel it.
Lots of confidence. And then you also support DeSantis. So
yes.
With your support with him, do you also support him banning the AP African American courses, including the woke content, the Don't Say Gay bill? Are you also for those? Yeah.
So there's and you got to look at as what, a lot of things get taken out when they say, my opinion is if you're going to teach a course, like with African American studies, that should be the course. Nothing else should be put in there. I see so many opportunities where people take what is a great course like that and then they have their own agenda, and I see that with all other kinds of different, things out there where, all right, we're going to do this, but we're going to throw that in. And it's no different like, if I'm writing a bill, it's going to be a solid bill. And I'm not going to allow something else in there that I'm not going to agree with. I won't pass that bill. I believe in transparency, and I think a lot of the things our governor is doing is great. I mean, I look at what he did with the state of Florida. I'll tell you, when he kept the state of Florida open, our business survived. A lot of my competitors didn't survive. I do business with people all over the U.S., and I saw people going out of business, left and right, So he evaluated the situation in the state of Florida. That's one of the reasons why I made the decision. I said, you know what? I want to serve with this guy. He evaluated the situation in the state of Florida. He realized, and he ended up being right, of when he needed to open it up. He opened it up, and I wish the other states would have done that. Our company actually helped a lot of dealers stay open because of what we came up with. We figured out what does that area need, in order for it to be comfortable. Things like we would interview a customer when they came into the store. We interviewed them after they came into the store, and 10 days later we'd call them back. If they had COVID, we would notify everybody on our software on that list that you were exposed. That allowed a lot of dealers to be able to, for that particular area, to say you can open if you follow that protocol, and that got a lot of people going again.
And Jose, is there any final thoughts that you want to give us?
I mean, final thoughts, I need your vote, So the bottom line is I want to treat this not as a aspiring politician or a professional politician. I'm a business guy that, knows how to negotiate, and I'm a business guy, that knows how to communicate. And I will go to work for our folks in Ocala and be able to take what I've learned in the business sense and the business world and make it happen for them.
Jose, thank you so much for coming and giving us your time.
Oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate this. Thanks a lot.
Back to you.